so here we are, 35, nearly 36 weeks pregnant. Why do we lose track? After the first child, I can tell you how pregnant I was to about 5 minutes, or the closest 5 minutes, and now I'm going, well, my friend is 38 weeks pregnant, which means I'm 35. Anyway, so 35, 36 weeks pregnant, somewhere around there. Time to pack the hospital bag. Obviously, it's the third time I'm doing this, but it's amazing how much you forget. But I think it's more that you remember what you didn't have last time, and so by process of elimination, I'm going to show you what I'm taking this time. Now, I love it when I see other people packing their hospital bags, and they've got this beautiful, brand new, lovely kind of weekend bag. I don't. I have a rugby kit bag, one that my husband is not using. We have quite a lot of bags, a lot of boots, a lot of balls, a lot of hats in our house, a lot of coats. So I have my rugby kit bag. I'm not going to lift it up because it's incredibly heavy, but it's on the floor here, and I've got another pile of things here, and at some point they will all combine seamlessly into one place. So what do you need when you're going into hospital to have a baby? Well, let's start off with things for the baby. Okay, so you are going to need, whether it's summer or winter, obviously we're coming into autumn now, a couple of little hats. Now, we don't know the sex of this baby. We always like to keep it a surprise. So it may surprise you to see a little pink strawberry hat, which I bought a long time ago. I bought 2 specifically girl things. Bearing in mind I have 2 boys. It's not wishful thinking, or I honestly don't mind as long as the baby's healthy. But anyway, I couldn't resist that. So anyway, so I've got 3 hats. I don't know whether this little cardie is sort of gender neutral, but I thought, well, it's red. Oh, well, if it's a boy, they're not going to say much, are they? So little cardie, some little hats, and you are going to need, I'm going to come to that in just a minute, you're going to need quite a lot of the kind of baby grow type things because of the explosions that I've mentioned before. So I have got quite a lot here. Now this is going to be, like my other baby, this is going to be an autumn baby. So we've almost actually got 2 babies with the same birth date if this one comes on time. So 2 October babies, and then I've got a May baby as well. So obviously, bearing in mind we're coming into autumn, I haven't bothered like with the the socks and everything else. I've just gone pretty much for 2 layers. So I've got quite a lot of these little, not tiny, little things. I've got some without arms as well. And I've just gone to John Lewis and bought those multi-packs, sort of 4 or 5 in each one. I think they're not hugely expensive, and believe me, you'll get through them. So I've bought some fresh ones of those. I suppose they call them long sleeve vests. And I've also been given, which is gorgeous, this Aiden and an A one, which is just like this really soft muslin, which is so pretty. That's a bit of a treat, actually. But anyway, so I've got that one, and then I've also got, again, I hope you'll agree gender specific, grey and white, or green and white, and then the long sleeve suits as well. So you can double up if it's quite chilly, or you can just do one if it's quite hot in the hospital. I found it really difficult to gauge the baby's temperature when we had our first, but I mean, you get used to it. You'll be fine, just fit on their chest. So again, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the long sleeve suits, and then 6 of the bodysuits. And then I'm going to also add, that I've got upstairs, a couple of the sleeveless ones as well. And then I've got the little special treaty one. So that should be fine for baby. And then a sort of going away outfit at the risk of sounding a bit bridal. And this is a very sentimental one. My sister bought this little bear suit for Rory, my eldest. And it's really adorable. So we just put them in that when they go out. I'm assuming I'm not having a tiny baby, bearing in mind the size of the bump. So I'm hoping that will be about the right size. If it's a little bit big, it doesn't matter. They're not exactly going to be jumping around in it. And, of course, a blanket. So a nice warm blanket, tuck them in their car seat. Probably boil, actually, with all this. But anyway, just make your own decision depending on the temperature on the day you give birth or the day you leave hospital. So, right, so that's stuff for baby. Have I forgotten anything? Yes, a few more blankets. Wait, there's more. I've got so much stuff everywhere. Of course, you're going to need nappies. You're going to need more blankets. These I adore. Now, as you can see, I've been sent these. These are Aiden and an A swaddles. And they're just like big, giant muslin cloths. You see people having these little tiny muslin squares. I couldn't be bothered with that. I have about 20. They're expensive. A lot of them I've been bought. But these giant swaddles are just gorgeous because you can use them for wiping and for cuddling and for swaddling. Obviously, you can use them as a pram cover in the summer. They wash really well. They're just lovely. I am going to, as I've done with the new baby clothes as well, just run them through the washing machine on a rinse cycle and then hang them out on the line and then air them. I seem to be obsessed with the sort of 3-phase laundry that my mum has sort of drilled into me. But anyway, I always give new baby clothes just a rinse through, possibly because I'm a little bit extra vigilant because my eldest son suffered so much from eczema. I'm not saying it's going to cause eczema or anything like that, but I just like to think any chemicals that might have been on there from the factory or whatever, it's all clean and aired and nice. You don't have to do it, this is just what I do, but I do think it softens them up a little bit as well. So I've got 2 which I will give a rinse through, and I'll probably take 3 of these A. They're also brilliant for discreet breastfeeding. I really struggled with that first time around. I'm going to do another YouTube video on that because I really, really did struggle with breastfeeding away from home, but I think I've cracked it now. 3 children in, you'd hope so. So that's stuff for baby. We'll get on to the kind of like toiletry type things in a minute. Stuff from mama. Really attractive, as you can imagine. Breastfeeding bra. I'm not going to show you all my undies because believe me, you don't want to see them. So like a breastfeeding bra, you're going to need a robe, preferably something quite light, something that is comfortable but that you're really not precious about in case it does get trashed. I live in flip-flops, and as soon as it gets just too cold for flip-flops, I'm into Uggs. And then I'm back to flip-flops again. So I have many pairs, and this is one of them, for kind of slopping around in the hospital, wearing in the shower, wearing on the way home, if you want to. You're only going to be going hospital to car, doesn't matter. So anyway, flip-flops, nursing bra. Some people, I've really kind of just got them in here to remind me, I've never needed socks, but some people do like to take a pair of socks because people's feet sometimes get really cold during labour. These are just the kind of fluffy, lovely, soft Jules ones. I don't know if I'm going to take those. I'll see if I've got enough space, but I've never found that I get cold feet, but a lot of people say they do. And then you're going to need, oh look, another nursing bra. Again, very attractive. I think these are just like mother care or something like that. So a couple of nursing bras. Loads of people worry about what are you going to wear to give birth in. Of course, you can go hospital gown. I really don't remember what I wore first time round. It was probably a hospital gown. It was a bit traumatic. Second time, he came out like a rocket, so I'd be surprised if I wear anything at all. Anyway, this time I've been a little bit more organised and I've bought, I'm in Sainsbury's, really cheap, a nightie. Just a nightie, a great big giant nightie. That I really don't care about, but it feels quite soft and it'll be fine, and I don't care if it's going to get trashed. Another nightie for wearing after the birth, so that you're comfortable in bed. I don't anticipate being in there for a long time. I wasn't last time. But if you have all your, all the bits that you're going to have, like, your nursing nighties and all of that jazz, and you tell your partner where they are, that they can always come and get more for you. Otherwise, you end up taking in this, massive giant suitcase, and mine's big enough already. And then of course you're going to want some clothes for when you go home. I don't think you really want to be in skanky mankies too much because you're already going to feel pretty wrecked, but it's comfortable. It's stuff that they need to feel soft. I've got some like yoga trousers and some strappy kind of clip down nursing tops, and I'll take like a hoodie or something like that, so on a big cardigan. In fact, what you could do is take a big cardi instead of that robe if you were really trying to save space. So let's move these bits onto here, move my bras. Of course, giant pants. Giant pants. You want pants which are so big that you could actually use them as fitted undersheets afterwards. As you can see, I've got very expensive ones. £6, Sainsbury's. And when we were buying these in the supermarket, with my 2 boys, they were laughing. They were laughing at the picture of the woman in her pants. They are actually black, not white, but it just goes to show you quite how big those pants actually are. You can also get disposable pants if you want to have a crunchy butt. I didn't really. I think I've bought them before and never really liked them. So if anyone wants my unused crunchy butt disposable pants, I'll let you know. Because they're still going begging. Right, okay, so last few bits in here. This seems a bit chaotic, doesn't it? Stuff for baby, stuff for mummy, nappies. These are all the kind of boots, mother carey kind of stuff that you can do all in one go. So I have got, different hospitals will provide you with different things, but I like to be prepared. And I'm going to a different hospital this time, so I don't really know what they're going to provide me with. So you're definitely going to need breast pads, because whether you're breastfeeding or not, your boobs probably leak. So breast pads, that's 36. I definitely hope I'm not going to need more than that in the first few days. Giant maternity pads. If you haven't yet had a baby, then these lovely surprises ahead of you. They're very attractive and very, very comfortable. Anyway, you need them. And there's 10 in there. I've bought lots and lots and lots of packs. Oh well, I can always send my husband back for more. And I probably don't need this. I don't know why I've put this in. But with a new baby, for about the first 3 months, I do quite like to use cotton wool and water. You're not a bad mother or a bad parent if you don't. But again, I think it's just the fact that I've had children with really, really sensitive skin. There are loads of wipes now out there which say they're absolutely fine for newborns, and I'm sure they are. And when I go out, I definitely do use wipes on a newborn bottom, because you've got to be realistic. But for at home and in the hospital on a new baby, I don't find it a huge hassle to use cotton wool and water. And in another YouTube video that I'll do where we talk about essentials for a newborn, we'll cover this again, and there's like a top and tail bowl that's quite useful to have. Again, it's completely your choice. I've just been a bit, thrown by the amount of problems we've had with my older son's skin. So it just doesn't really bother me using this, so it's fine. So anyway, I'm going to take those. I don't really know why, because I'll certainly have them in hospital. And then nappies. I do go with Naty. Obviously, I work alongside Naty with the business as well. But I do think they're best. They're just so sort of soft. And then, for some reason, I don't know why, but I have loads of tiny, tiny, tiny nappies as well. I don't know, I must have been researching somehow, but if you think you're going to have a tiny baby, just check on the size of the nappies. And these are size 1, for example, 4 to 11 pounds. But if you know that you're going to have a teeny, 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 tiny baby, I would probably buy just 1 pack of the micro nappies as well. Same goes for clothes, but you'll know if you're going to be having a tiny baby, because that will have been flagged up to you by now. So you'll probably find just with newborn, it'll be fine. So, okay, now your birth partner will also need something. This is partly for your comfort, because you do not, you do not want to be labouring next to an incredibly smelly person. And you may not be in there for very long, but even so, I do think it's quite nice to provide in your bag some clean pants, some clean socks, a clean t-shirt for your birth partner. It's just to freshen up afterwards. And where shall I put those? Okay, I'll put those there. There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't know what I was talking about. What else have we got? So for the food, I get really sick when I labour. Really, 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 really sick. So I don't eat during the labour, but afterwards I'm so hungry I could eat my new baby. I'm that hungry. And all I want is biscuits. I don't really want sweets, but I do want biscuits, like oat biscuits. And I've got these ones. Had these last time. It's becoming a bit of a tradition. These Nairn's oat biscuits. And I find the midwives quite like them as well, and they're gone fairly quickly. So I've got a couple of packs of those. I'm just making a general mess here. My husband also gets a bit hungry during my labour. It's the only time that I'm quiet is during my labour, because I'm concentrating. I think that's probably why he keeps agreeing that we'll have more children, because it's a couple of hours, 3 or 4 hours of me being very, very silent until that final push. And I remember during the last labour with Tom, who's now 3.5, and I was concentrating, I was on the birth pool. I opened my eyes, and he was Jack, my husband, was standing in the corner of the room, yawning. He was yawning. And then he came over a bit later on when the contraction died away. Hey, babe, have we got any more Haribo left? Really? Oh yeah, you're doing really well. In the end pocket. True story. This time he's not having Haribo, he's having Percy Pigs because, well, I just was in Marks and Spencer's and I thought I'd pick them up. So I got a couple of Percy Pigs for the long-suffering, yawning birthing partner. Maybe I'll be really dramatic this time and give him his money worth. Okay, so we've got stuff for the baby, stuff for mummy, stuff for the birth partner, food, snacks. So when you're actually thinking about the birth, you're going to be going, oh, pain relief. And you'd be right. I've had 2 very different labours. One tricky, not brilliant. One textbook. It really felt like it was, I'm guessing it was meant to feel, it felt in control. And I think that's partly because, I've done it before, and partly because of these 2 things. Completely personal preference, but one of the things that I really recommend is this Mum Attends, a TENS machine basically. You can hire these from Boots. I really wouldn't buy one, I would hire them, and they send them out fresh each time, and it's not huge money, I don't know, it's about 30 quid, something like that. You get it for a long time, it's really easy to send back, it's just really quite a straightforward process. And this is drug-free pain relief. It sounds awful, it sends like little electrical pulses. You sort of stick these little pads on your back, and I just think it's brilliant. Don't wait too long to put it on. When labour is pretty established, you should be having this on really, and you can kind of boost it up. And I think I got through 2/3 of the labour just on this, and I'm really not a toughie. It's more the fact that I just think it's really good, and it's not going to hurt, so that's good. So hire a TENS machine if you think that will work for you. The other one is a little bit more off the wall, I suppose you could say, and it's a homeopathic birth kit. And I'll link below where you can get these things from. In fact, lots of these things I'll link below if I can work out how to do it. And this, I'm going to be going into this in more detail in a future YouTube vlog. One about preparing for birth, because I really think this childbirth kit is brilliant, and it's got like a whole different, what they call remedies inside, and it's got things like, it's got instructions on the side, like if labour's not progressing, contractions are weak or painful, it strengthens contractions. There are a couple in here that you can take from full term, so from 37 weeks if you're worried about being induced in the hospital, which is what happened to me first time round. And so all of these things are personal preference, but at least I think if you know about them, then you can make a decision that's right for you. And I didn't know about this first time round, and I'm pleased that I do now. So that's what I'm taking, those 2 things for me. Forget the rest, apart from the Percy Pigs. Forget the rest, those are the things I really want. So, last 2 bits, really straightforward. Makeup, I've really only put this in here to remind you that if you want to take makeup, to put it in. To be honest, the only reason I'm wearing makeup now is because I've just come back from work. You will not probably be seeing me in makeup again on any other of these YouTube channels, because at home I don't really wear any, which is terrifying for everybody. But anyway, makeup, if you want it, make sure you stick it in. Just buy duplicates of the stuff that you normally would buy, so that it's not wasted. And then, of course, toiletries. I'm not going to unpack this, they're just basic toiletries. So you've got, shampoo, conditioner, shower gel, body lotion, toothbrush, toothpaste. What else have we got? Deodorant, because I'm going to be really, really sweating. Toner, like one of those face spritzy toner things. Did I say toothbrush, toothpaste? Yes, I think, and one for my husband as well. Now, something I really do remember from both other births is that, if there's ever going to be a time that you want to treat yourself, you may want to do it now, because you're going to be feeling, quite battered after birth. Elated and proud, of course, but quite battered. And so, for some reason, I think I had some like little Molten Brown or Weleda or some kind of really luxurious feeling shower products, and for the first time round, and I really remembered how how lovely that smell was, that strong, luxurious, herbally smell. You don't have to, but it does feel like quite a nice treat to go with something which feels a bit more luxurious. You've earned it. You've earned it. So anyway, that's something to consider. I mean, maybe you want someone to buy it for you as a present or something like that. But go for something quite nice, I think, is a nice little treat, and you'll remember it as well. So I think that's it. We've got, yeah, I think, have I forgotten anything? If you think I've forgotten anything, please let me know, because time's running out, as you can see. It's giant baby. I still have, how many more shifts at work? 5, if I make it. Which is a bit worrying. But anyway, so tell me your suggestions, and if you want to see more of this sort of practical, slightly balmy parenting advice, then don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I'm quite a newbie to this, obviously, but I'm doing my best. So if I've forgotten anything, or if you have any suggestions for future vlogs, write in the comments below, and I can't wait to hear from you. So all you need to do now is go and have a baby. Good luck!